So Viking Age punishments.
That wasn't one of them.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to our channel. My name is Elena.
And I'm Bjorn.
And we're Viking Age reenactors and living historians here to talk with you about your favorite Viking shows.
We have sadly come to the end of our journey. And we're about to do the season finale of season 3, Norsemen. Ready?
No.
Too bad.
Simple logic will say that your hair will follow you to Valhalla.
Simple logic.
But what if he comes to and escapes while we're busy at the feast and he comes back and seeks revenge later or something like that?
This is no time for worrying.
I almost feel bad for saying this. His kirtle looked great.
The kirtle did look great.
When they were showing the close-up, you could see like the gore in the front, and then he had the gores on the side as well. Like the pattern was just like absolutely perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I feel really bad for him.
We'll see. I mean,
He lost his family and got his face burned, and now he lost his battle.
they're foreshadowing pretty heavily though, so
They are.
I don't feel too bad.
I think
We'll see what happens.
I think he might escape.
What led you to believe that?
Well, it's a pine cone horse. But it's not finished.
And I know how hard it is to make those because I made them myself.
You do?
I am not a man of big words, but I truly believe that the expression best friend is an enemy.
Oh, he's just pandering so much.
He's trying so
man.
hard. I want them to be friends though.
It's not gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen, but Orm needs a friend.
Orm needs a friend, absolutely.
He's so hopeful. He's
It's-
just like, do you really?
It stings that he's taking advantage of him, but also like it doesn't because Orm sucks. Like I feel bad for him, but he's terrible.
I feel like that's basically almost every character in the show, honestly. I did catch the thing with the pinecone horse. Obviously, we don't have pinecone horses that we know of, but we do have wooden carved horses that were made as sort of like children's toys.
I know there was at least like a few little like carved wooden figures and what we believe to be toys like here and there. I don't know of anything like specific in those bigger ship burial finds, but I do know as like an isolated event we did find just on like a farm a piece of a wood that people thought was possibly like a toy boat.
Yeah.
So they think the kid would, you know, in his free time just
play
kind of
with it.
like sail with the boat and play with it or whatever. And it's kind of crazy to think because like the children did have free time. You know, they had time to make these toys for their kids, and the kids also had time to play with them. We kind of typically associate any kind of dark age living with being just a constant day's labor. But in reality, that's not the case at all. You know, farm time has a fair amount of downtime and leisurely activities, and we know that they'd gather for sporting events and all kinds of competitions and things. But it's just kind of good to even see that even the children had, you know, time to be children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So many friends will run away after adopting That's kind of less interesting.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm sorry. How did they leave him in charge of a village again after this?
Right? I hope we find that out.
I'm very confused right now.
I've never seen him.
No, but to me it's more about the opportunity.
It just represents every time he's been with a woman. You know, only 2 are literal, but you know the other 40 are
The other ones
the
could have
ones
happened.
that could have happened. You know, the ones in my mind.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Ludicals, I got the center. Almost like human skin.
Of course it's human skin. It's just a shade darker than yours, that's all.
But why are you locked up here?
Jarlvarg hates anything that's different.
I suddenly feel like Jarl Varg is based on Varg Vikernes.
So-
yeah, this topic.
So, Norsemen, Vikings, did have relations and knew about different cultures who were darker skinned. They traded a lot in Middle East and as far south as Africa that we know.
Yeah, like North Africa. Along the coast there, even in Spain where they might have met some Moors, some Arabs there as well, potentially. And of course all through the Mediterranean. So they definitely, it wouldn't have been like such a shock unless it was like a very closed, isolated community or something potentially, but even still. It's just funny to see them like in play like Viking Age culture shock. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that one. I mean, they had to figure out about England at some point, but...
Yeah, it's just interesting to be doing it with an Arab man who has traveled the world himself.
Yeah, I mean, traders went everywhere, man. Like,
yeah, that's very true.
I even believe I heard at one point, like I don't know how necessarily true it is because I don't have the source, but I even heard at one point that, I mean, there's reason to believe that North African pirates were raiding in the North Sea as well. So, it definitely wouldn't have been such a, surprising event, I suppose. It still would have been more unheard of because it is a far way to journey, but by any sense of the term, just through their own exploration or their trade accents, they would have either seen or known about, these people with different color skin from all these different regions and stuff, so.
I propose exchanging Orm's blood eagle against me finding this land and making a map for you.
Allow me to introduce Scrotum Whipping. Showing my little sack to a large audience is punishment enough. Let's just quit while we're ahead. Eat the nuts.
Did I just watch? So Viking Age punishments.
That wasn't one of them. I think I've seen just about everything I can now imagine.
Blood Eagle is something that was at least written about in a way.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we'll start from that. So we've already talked about the Blood Eagle on the channel. But I mean, some punishments that we do know of, we've also talked about how outlawry is kind of a common one that you see in the literary sources in the sagas, and we also know about fines and penalties, as well as running gauntlets. So for lesser crimes, you'd just run down a column of people who would throw whatever they could at you, stones and all kinds of things. I know there were also some religious challenges that might have been used as punishments, where you would have to hold like a hot iron, and burn the shit out of your hand, basically. I know that some things like that were used for battle of faith. So when heathens would try to outdo the Christians in a show of whose gods were stronger, whose gods would protect them, that was one thing that they had to do. They had to walk with a hot iron for a certain period of time. But
I think also walking over a bed of coals would have been another one.
Yeah, that was another similar one for the trial of faith. But yeah, nothing quite like
that.
Scrotum whipping.
There's something in me that says this map will create a lot of problems for many people for several seasons.
Seasons?
Yeah. Winter, spring, summer, and fall.
He's not wrong.
I love how self-aware this show is.
This is...
Yeah, summer, spring, winter, fall. Yeah, the seasons.
Seasons.
Right, of course. Is it bad that that's what I thought first? I was like, yeah, summer, spring, winter, fall. Yeah, the seasons. Oh.
That's what you thought of?
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, just a clever way for them to tell time. Yeah, sure. No, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, fourth wall. All right, I'm there. I'm here. Perfect.
Oh, that was awesome.
See, like, that's... I love it when they do stupid things like that.
Linda's farm. But
example, all the kind
Rufus.
of ways that never will be mentioned in any history. But anyway, it's at my feet, not in my face.
What a prima donna. Can I just say, I'm glad they took him as a slave. He sucks.
Yeah. He needed to be knocked down a couple of notches.
Yeah, it's a shame that he wasn't.
He made do with what he had.
Yeah.
That ship is ginormous.
Yeah, that is huge.
So
That or Lindisfarne is just teeny.
the ship all the way on the right seems like it's the correct scale, but the one that's docked is really large. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I've been wanting to go to Lindisfarne for the longest time. Is that what it looks like now?
So that's what it looks like now.
Okay. But
there-
it's not what it looked like back in the Viking Age, obviously.
Right, yeah. So back in the Viking Age, most likely would have been a lot smaller and most likely just made out of local timber and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe the modern castle that's there was built, I want to say like the 15th century, sometime like the 1400s, I think. And that's what it stands as
Yeah.
now.
This was the year and the month that we were supposed to actually go there, and I'm really sad that we didn't get to.
Now, it's time.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, awesome. Absolutely awesome. So glazing over everything that we just saw, the show was awesome. The show was great.
That was a good ending.
Yeah.
I appreciate that ending.
It was pretty quick. I feel like they got through like all the kind of main elements of the plot. Like they hit them very quickly and just kind of like it happened and moved on, happened, move on, happened, move on.
Yeah.
But that's kind of always how it's been, I feel like.
Yeah, and that's what you gotta do when you have 6 episodes. 6 half-hour episodes to work with. You're working with 3 hours worth of
Yeah.
material.
Maybe that's for the best because the other shows have way too much time on their hands.
Yeah, right? I mean, to be fair, they did take up like the first half of the season with just the wedding stuff.
That's true.
And then the rest just kind of like got shimmied into the end of it.
That's very true. Maybe that's why it just seemed fast. All the big points
Yeah.
are just there and done.
And yeah, I mean, you know, Lindisfarne being the first Viking raid, pretty sure.
Yeah, first recorded.
First recorded Viking raid in England. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about that.
Yep. So we do know that there was some conflict between the Norsemen and the English before Lindisfarne, but it was really kind of like an isolated incident. I think it was mostly like a few years beforehand. There were some like traders or something like that where they were met on the beach by some Englishmen, and there was some kind of miscommunication or non-understanding, and it led to the Englishman's death. But that seems more like an isolated incident or like just like a quick attack more than it was like a proper raid, because nothing really came from it afterwards. Lindisfarne was the first time that it was recorded in that era of like a proper like go to an establishment, tear it to pieces, take what they have, and then leave.
Yeah.
You know, like an actual what you think of a raid.
Any other notes?
Nope. Great season. I'm sad it's over. Can't wait till we watch all of it again.
I want to know what other punishments they had drafted for the script that didn't make the cut.
Yeah, what did that beat out? How is this the best choice? What else did they have in mind?
I think it was last year there was an article that came out that was talking about how they had found I swear I'm gonna murder that car.
Nope. What do you think? Did you like the show?
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of our future videos. And we will see you in the next one.